Welcome to Synthaholics. This is your host, David Duncan, and also the host.
I'm Brian, David. I'm Brian. And I'm not changing my name this time. We're sticking with Brian because Brian's got a lot of thoughts.
Brian's got thoughts. So,
Brian's got a lot of thoughts.
it's got a lot of thoughts. It's a spicy meatball.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be Mario. I'll change my name to Mario, and then I'll just do this whole podcast as if I'm Mario.
Wahoo!
No, he'd be saying, "Oh no,
I'm a meat cube instead of a meatball.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a spicy meat cube.
So, David, we've gathered here today to compare a new movie versus an old movie. David, what did we pick?
We picked War of the World. It's actually Brian picked War of the Worlds. Brian's been doing a fantastic job setting up some new formats for us. So we're going from a dumpster dive.
The content of those formats have not been so good.
Well, you know, yeah, the content of the format has not been great, but we're rolling with Brian's new format for the show, cycling through different types of shows. We did a dumpster dive. Now we're doing a showdown. Next week, what are we doing next week, Brian?
It's always something different. I don't want to spoil it. That's a spoiler. We don't do spoilers.
Except for
we've never done spoilers on this podcast ever.
Except for about the plot of shows, just not our show. We can't give that away.
That's the only thing that we can't give away. So, David, War of the Worlds. We were debating what War of the Worlds to do. The one that was locked in.
One War of the Worlds movie, which is a prerequisite for a showdown, but there's more than two.
Yeah, I didn't know that going into War of the Worlds that there was more than just like the Tom Cruise one. And I thought it'd be kind of funny if we did the Tom Cruise one because he just seems to keep popping up in the past.
Yeah, that's fun. We were like, oh man, like, we did Legend with Tom Cruise. Like, are we going to do War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, but we decided against that one. There's also a few other ones that are around the Tom Cruise one. There's ones that we just didn't really want to do.
People don't like Tom Cruise. Our Mission Impossible episode did not do very well. Our Legend episode did slightly better, but not by much. So people,
was Legend ever going to do good though?
I mean, Legend's a pretty bad film, but
it's there. It's there if anybody ever searches for it. We might have been the first people to ever talk about Legend. No, I doubt that. But
that's not true.
We're
the first and only podcast to ever talk about Legend.
We might be the first one to ever do something like this, where we compare the oldest War of the Worlds compared to the newest War of the Worlds. There might be channels that do all the War of the Worlds at once, though, and I don't know if does that count? Because they're talking about all of them rather than just like two of them. I don't know.
Well, we're doing specifically a showdown, one versus the other. So should we start with the old one or the new one, Brian?
Let's just give high like level idea of each one, and then we'll just kind of compare both of them, I guess. I don't know. I want to talk about the old one more than I want to talk about the new one for sure. So, David, we ended up picking the 1953 version of War of the Worlds, which is the first one, instead of not the radio version that you told me existed that I didn't know anything about. That was pretty cool that there was a radio show that induced some type of panic in the 30s. Because people thought it was a legit thing that was happening, which I think is just kind of cool that a story like this could do that to people. But there wasn't technology or anything like that back then. It was just like the radio.
Radio was like the first and only technology to have this kind of power. Because the nice thing about the War of the Worlds on radio is like apparently at the time people were only accustomed to have news and like music or whatever on the radio. Like dramatization was just starting to come out by the time they did the War of the Worlds radio show. Yeah. And so people who weren't tuned in missed the beginning that this was a work of fiction or whatever. So people who switched the channel to like, oh my, there's an alien spaceship over New York. New York's gone. And then
You should do the radio voice for that. There's an alien spaceship over New York, and New York is gone now.
New York is gone. People like flipped out because they just assumed it was real because they just flipped the channel, assuming it was just another news broadcast.
But it was like a story.
It was on CBS radio network.
Oh, so it was official.
Yeah, CBS.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, CBS before they did
news
TV,
channel.
They did radio. Yeah, it was. Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, people thought it was real. flip the CBS, and all of a sudden, oh no, New York's gone.
Well, about 10 years later, they came out with War of the Worlds in 1953, an official movie for
Mm-hmm.
War of the Worlds. David, just give us a. We're gonna skip talking about the new one for now because we'll get to that one at the end because we can end with that trash. So I mean, no, spoilers. But David, 1953 War of the Worlds, high level thoughts. Like, what's your rating for it? What's good about it? What's bad about it?
Well, high level thought. This is an interesting film. I actually grew up with this film. I had the VHS in my house, so I've seen this movie probably dozens of times
Oh wow,
in
really?
in my life. Yeah, I mean, like we had the VHS, and when you're a kid, you watch the same thing over and over and over again. So I mean,
I guess that's true. Yeah, that does happen.
I've seen this 1953 movie many times. It is a classic film. It's hard for me to rate because it's.
Are you getting nostalgia?
I mean, like, I don't even like it necessarily from nostalgia. I mean, I guess the only reason I do like it is from nostalgia. From an objective view, like, it's an okay film. It's a movie, unlike the 2025 version of World of Worlds.
It's a movie.
This is actually a movie, unlike the 2025 World of Worlds. So, I mean, it's got that. So, I mean, like, I recommend it just on the fact that it's a movie versus whatever the slop of the 2025 version is. The movie of the 1953, basically, a meteor falls from the sky, alien ships comes out and they wreak havoc, and then after, I guess like it's a span of weeks or a month, the aliens get sick and die. And that's the only thing that can stop them because no
They
man-made
have the
weapon can
technology,
stop them. Yeah, you can't break through their energy barrier. Their
which was it looked
shields.
like just like a glass vase that they put on
Yeah,
top of something.
but honestly, if I was like an adult, like a young adult in 1953, and I wouldn't saw this film would have blown me away because the special effects are still kind of. I mean, they're not great, but I mean, like,
I don't know
but for the
about kind
day,
of
they're
good.
amazing, and for the day, they were amazing, and the ship design is classic. They're beautifully designed ships. I mean, look at these are cool. They're
Yeah, they
very
do
very
just like
cool
they really
ships.
feel like they stick out compared to like the rest of the movie. It's like when you have this 1953 aesthetic because it was made in 1953, and then you have these ships that feel like they're so far from like what like would happen in 1953. They felt like such a difference when you see the ships. At least to me, that's how they felt every time they were on screen. It's like, oh wow, that looks so modern, so futuristic compared to the when they're fighting them. They just bring out like these old timey tanks and old timey guns and stuff,
Mm.
and it's just
See,
so different. Where it really felt like this movie gave me like the feeling where it's like, oh wow, these aliens are just so much more advanced than anything that we would have, as opposed to like sci-fi stuff nowadays where it's like we have the super secret area where we have laser beams or whatever. It's like then you take the laser beams in a movie and you start fighting aliens with them. It kind of feels like it evens out. In this movie, it doesn't feel like it evens out. The aliens are just like infinitely more powerful, and there's nothing we can do at
you
all.
cannot do anything to stop them, which is I really appreciate in this film. It's such a it's you're screwed. You're absolutely screwed, and then like just the smallest things ends up stopping them in the end, which is it's a classic ending, which is it's basically War of the Worlds. And there's been other War of the Worlds movies. There's been War of the Worlds like movies. Independence Day is basically War of the Worlds, just with a different title. And they
Yep.
feed the aliens. The only thing that makes it not War of the Worlds is there are no tripods. Technically, these are tripods. The three little glowing areas underneath are like where they're or like they're like energy legs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like they are still technically tripods. So you can just see like the legs sparkle and crackle because they're just made out of energy, which is so cool. Like just the concept for these things in 1953 is like pretty mind blowing for the time, and like just there's no digital effects. Like all
Yeah,
the
all this is
all the
practical.
compositing they had to do for this film was
It's done in the
pretty
camera.
pretty mind blowing. Like they do close ups of like the wing of the ship shooting out its energy beam overlaid with all this other footage. I mean, like I said earlier, if I was a kid in 1953 or young adult 1953, this movie would have been probably mind blowing.
Well, stuff like this is where it started. When you're seeing these the in your background there, when you see the ship floating, or if you see like a matte painting or something, it's like this is where it starts. These were the people that had to like figure out how do we show aliens in a movie. I mean, this is early on in the movie making business here. Movies have only really been a thing for what 15 years, maybe somewhere around. When did movies really start coming out that were had audio and color and stuff like that? I mean, is the 30s, 20s is kind of like when movies have started to take off. Gone with the Wind, I think, was 1929 or something like that. So everything after that, it's like they improved a lot, and a
Mhm.
lot of people had to like do groundbreaking stuff to like get this stuff going. I would imagine if I was in 1953, I'd also think it was cool.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I mean, at least the alien designs hold up for sure.
Yeah, it was funny that like the kind of like the perspective of aliens when this whole little town just like gets together and they kind of like have the camera at an angle where it looks like it's like this giant like monstrous like meteor egg looking thing, and there's a shot where one of the guys has like a shovel and he's just standing way farther back and he's like poking it so it looks like the shovel and him are nothing to like the monster alien egg, but
Yeah,
when in reality it's probably, I mean, it was probably like a couple feet long or something like
yeah,
that.
it
So it's
was
like
some.
that perspective thing was kind of funny to see. But it's like, how else would you do it in the 50s?
Yeah, I mean, they did some really groundbreaking stuff for this movie. The acting in this movie is so weird. Like the main character, the scientist guy, I feel like his acting is like the acting that like kind of transcended from the 50s to now, because all the side characters, they act like they're from the Three Stooges. They're just like weird and like they act really
Yeah.
funny. And then the woman, I've never seen a woman act like that again until Showgirls, which you didn't watch Showgirls, but I mean, the way she goes from like 0 to like 1,000% insanity, like that's how Nomi acts in Showgirls. It is absolutely just bonkers acting where you go from completely normal to like not normal on a like that. Like it is pretty crazy,
Yeah,
and
I mean
the
the acting is
freakouts,
very different.
the freakouts is very weird. It's just like that's what always stuck out to me and made me really uncomfortable. Every single time I watch, it's just how she goes like so over the top so fast. Um, but the main guy, like he's like people act like that now. Like that's like kind of like the pinnacle of acting. Like that's like kind of like been the model of acting. It
I
feels
guess
like
I didn't.
films.
You're right. I didn't think of that when I was watching the movie, but now that you mention it, it did kind of feel. It does feel like he sticks out a little bit
Because he's the
compared
only
to the.
person that acts like you would see in a regular movie. Like he's in the park. He's not overacting. He's like he's just being the character and like
Yeah.
being a good character actor. Where everyone else is like, "Rah, rah, 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 I'm
He was
from the
ahead. He was ahead of
1950s."
his time. Yeah, everybody was. It also is funny that the clothing that they wear. It's like they're going out to like dig up the alien spaceship, or they're going to investigate whatever, and they're all wearing like full suits. Everybody's got suits on.
Well, it's just the movie is a product of its time. It's made in 1953, and it feels it in every conceivable manner. The acting is weird for everyone except for the main character. Everyone wears suits because I guess that's just how it was. I guess
Some
back
people.
then. I don't
I'm
know. Like
glad that we don't have to do that now. Can you
yeah, I
imagine
know.
if we had to wear a suit? Like
God,
every time we
it'd
had
be
a
miserable.
podcast, we'd have to wear a suit. Oh my gosh, that'd be the worst.
That would be.
Why did they wear suits in the first place? Just because I don't even have a
I
reason,
guess
honestly. I think it was just like the way
that's just the style of the
what
time.
it was. Yeah, it was just what you did. Same thing with women, and they it's like exclusively. It's like you wear a dress,
Hmm.
wear a dress.
Yeah, it's just the time, and the movie is a product of its time. So it's hard for me to recommend this movie and give it like a number score. I mean, I'd give it like a 7. Like it's not a bad movie. It is not a fantastic movie. It is a movie, and if you're interested in retro films, absolutely give this a look. If you're interested in the World of Worlds, give this a look. Never ever look at the 2025 version, please. Um, the Tom Cruise movies is kind of derivative of this one. That I remember there's some scenes in the Tom Cruise one that sort of kind of mirror scenes from this film a little bit.
Well, I
Um,
mean, they are pulling from the same source material. There is. Oh
Not the
man, I
2025 one.
No, not the 2025 one. That's its own thing. But there are certain like story beats that they try to hit that are that are pretty much, you can tell
Similar.
that they're pulling from the same source material,
Hmm.
at least. So they are following some type of story. They're not just randomly doing stuff, which we'll get into in the 2025 version. But I think I would agree about a 7. It's an average movie. It's fine. I mean, you have to take yourself out of, what sci-fi movies are nowadays, whether they're good or not. The aesthetic and the feeling of the movies now are extremely different than the 1953 version of it. But if you just take it like this is a movie, how well is this movie done? And it's like, yeah, it's fine. There's not. I'm not sure I would go recommend it to people either, just because I feel like we've kind of surpassed what this movie was capable of the time. If you're gonna see sci-fi movies nowadays, it doesn't. I don't know if I would say like go if you want to see the history of it, but if you want to watch a good sci-fi movie, I wouldn't say watch this one.
Yeah, it's a tough thing because like I don't super recommend it unless you're just a fan of old movies. If you're a fan of old movies, give this one a watch if you've never seen it because I mean it's a classic old film.
Yeah.
Uh,
Then you can say you've seen it, and then you can go
yeah,
to all your friends and brag that you thought that you saw the 1953 version of War of the Worlds.
yeah. I'm actually surprised you're giving it as high as a 7 because it's
It's fine. It's an average. I mean, I'm taking myself out of like all the movies that I'm. It's kind of in its own little like world. You know what I mean? Like it's
Mhm.
not. I'm not. If I'm gonna go compare it to like Blade Runner 2049 or something like that, it's like yeah, this movie sucks. But if I put myself as into I'm a living person in the 1950s, it's like if I would have saw this, I this would have like changed my life.
Yeah. If I saw this in the 1950s, this is probably like a 9. But I mean, like now,
That's what
it's
that's
hard to
yeah. See,
recommend.
it's the same
Like
type of
if
thing.
I
Yeah.
gave it a 9, I would be like recommending this film, and I can't say like go watch this film for sure. This is like a go watch this film if you like old sci-fi, if you just like old films in general, if you like to see like how some old effects are pioneered. Because I mean, like I said, the effects are kind of astounding for 1953. Like it just
Yeah, we have to keep putting that asterisk there. It's 1953 here. It's 1953. So when you
yeah.
go and watch the movie and you can tell like exactly how like everything is done in the movie, and it's just like, oh, they put smoke there, and now they put in the glass thing over here. It's like, oh, they're getting a light to shoot this way.
Well, no,
Like you
but
can tell how most
like
things are
the
done.
compositing in this film, like they didn't have any digital like they had to do
Yeah,
stuff,
everything
but
had to be just done in camera.
like I just it kind of hurts my head how they did that.
Yeah,
This
I
film,
think I think people would more. I mean, maybe I appreciate it even more because I have an understanding of like what they had to go through to like get this movie made with some of the stuff that they did in the movie, and it was just a very time consuming, confusing process to get this stuff done rather than today where it just be drag and then pick the angle of what you want something to happen. So it's a lot easier than it is today than it was. So I think there's an appreciation for that because it's like the people who made this movie, they wanted to make a movie. It wasn't for a paycheck. Well, I'm sure that making money would have been nice, but it's like we didn't just have this random IP. Let's make a movie for it. Who cares how good it is? People will watch it or whatever type of thing. It was like they were trying to like entertain people. It's a different time, man. It was a
yeah,
different time. Take me
very
back. I
very
was never
different
there.
time. Yeah, it's yeah, it's a decent film, and it's a part of film history. So for that, if you're interested in film history, 100% watch it. If you're not interested in film history, then I could easily say you can give this one a pass.
Exactly. Exactly. I agree with that. I agree with that. Well, David.
But here's a movie you should absolutely, under no circumstances, ever watch for any reason whatsoever,
David,
unless
I'm
you
gonna
are
do
a
something.
YouTuber and have to review films.
Well, um, War of the Worlds 2025. The reason that we're doing this is because I saw that a War of the Worlds movie came out. I did not know any information about the War of the Worlds movie, really. It didn't really, I didn't know, but I knew that we were going to be trying this new format, and I was like, oh, maybe this would be a good format to try this in. War of the Worlds is kind of something that would be up our alley, David.
Yeah,
We're sci-fi guys.
it's sci-fi.
Yeah, it's sci-fi. So I suggested we watch War of the Worlds, and I thought it'd be topical because it's 2025. It just came out like I don't know a couple weeks ago or something like that, and we'll talk about it, and maybe people will enjoy it. David, I'm gonna do something unprecedented here with my ratings.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what you're gonna give this.
I'm giving this a 0. This was the worst thing I think I've ever seen. I feel disrespected. I feel like I have no loyalty to. I like movies. You and I like movies. There's good movies that are made, and I feel like this was just. It was not made for an audience. It was made to just for some tax reason, some money reason, some garbage trash that nobody should ever watch. Nobody should ever acknowledge. I finished watching this movie and I contemplated on texting you and telling you we're not doing it. We're not doing it. I don't even want to talk about this movie because it was so bad, and I feel embarrassed that like this is how like the earth has gone, where we've turned into like this. You and I love movies. I love movies. I want to go see a good movie in theaters. I go all the time. I've probably been to the movie theaters more times this year than most people see movies in an entire year or 5 years. So when I say like I watch this movie and I just feel like my heart like sinks, where it's like, oh my God, this is where we are. This is what we're doing. And we get War of the Worlds 2025, and there's a couple things we'll talk about that happened in the movie that is just like absolute garbage trash. That I have no respect for Amazon, no respect for the studio. I've looked into the people that made this movie. I'm blacklisting them. I'm never going to watch anything these people make anymore. There's AI slop, there's stock footage. The acting is terrible.
Of stock footage.
It's told through a camera lens. Oh my God. Or just like video calls. I thought, maybe there'd be a scene where it wasn't video calls. The tech
there
doesn't make any sense.
There is one scene that's not through a webcam or security cam or drone cam.
What's that?
The scene where he sticks the USB into the server. It's the only camera that's not actually in the room. It's not from any other angle. It's just like it's like a 2-second clip in the entire movie that is an actual film. So there's only 2 seconds of this film. That's an actual movie.
I feel bad that something like this exists. Like this it made me lose hope in humanity. Product placement is just this has to be the most egregious product placement for Amazon that has ever existed in any movie ever. I can't think of any movie that's worse. I tried, trust me. The VFX, terrible, not good VFX. I really think they probably just used AI for a lot of it. I have nothing. I tried figuring out where these VFX came from. There was something ILM was somehow involved or something, but I don't know how. There's no information about how this movie got created anywhere online. There's no background, there's no behind the scenes, there's the actors, there's no marketing for the actors, the VFX in the credits, you can't find any information about them online. It's like this movie, it's like they did their best to just like make sure nobody knows anything about this movie. Before I go on for another 15 minutes, David, tell me what your thoughts are.
So, War of the Worlds 2025 is a pile of garbage.
There's grammatical errors. Also, there's grammatical errs in the movie as well. Like they didn't even write things correctly.
There's AI slop generation on the news article on the news framings of some of the stock footage they included.
Yeah. So, go ahead. Keep going.
So this movie, I'm gonna give it like a 1. I don't know if I can give it a 0. It's just because like. This is not.
You start defending this. You start defending this.
This is not a movie. This is.
No, it's not.
This is a train wreck, and if you like train wrecks, I'm giving it a 1.
No, don't you dare! Don't give it a 1. Don't you dare!
Just to use this movie as an example of to never do what they did in this movie, just so you can educate yourself.
Recommending it?
No, I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying if you want to know what to never ever do in a film, this is your example. Like, if you really, really want to know, like, what should I not do in a movie?
How does I'm blown away that this ever like who brought this up? Who was like let's make a War of the Worlds movie.
Some people might find this movie so bad it's good.
No, I don't believe it. I don't think somebody will watch this and think it's good.
No, so bad it's good. I feel
I don't think that's a thing. I think this is just bad. It's just bad.
I think it's just bad too, but I can see how some people might be on that spectrum where they think it's so bad it's good. Like it's got a weird quality to it, and it's not a good quality.
Even what the aliens come to Earth and what they want is data. They want to eat your data. They want to eat your data.
It's just the dumbest plot. It's like, everyone. It's just the fear of data hacking and everything, and like the government, the EU is trying to get everyone's data because they trying to protect children online. And
they keep bringing up oh my god, dude, and they keep bringing up the data that they're like, I don't want to we're gonna spy on you so we know what's in your Amazon gift or your Amazon basket or cart.
It
comes up like so 3 times.
It's such bad product placement. It is insulting. I agree with you. It's insulting to watch. It's just not a good movie. I don't know if this film could have ever been successful, but I feel like you need a better actor than Ice Cube.
Well, first of all, there was no Ice Cube. Where's the Ice Cube itself? That would have made this movie would have been better if there was just an Ice Cube sitting at the desk. Prove me wrong.
Just a giant cube of ice.
And it was CG'd to have like a face and a mouth. That would have made this movie better, 100%. Ice Cube, I think Ice Cube's good at like making like facial, like move, like the way he like controls it. What's the word for that? Like facial, like showing like anger and happiness. He's like
emotions?
Good at like
he's good at emoting.
Oh god, yeah, he's good at emotions, I guess. He's good at that, but like even there are scenes in here that before I did watch a couple of reviews and stuff about this movie after just to see like am I crazy? And I noticed this when I was watching it. That's how I saw the grammatical errors. I saw that when I was watching the movie. So there's some scenes for Ice Cube where they just reuse his like reaction. Like he'll be sitting there and he'll move to the right a little bit, or that was the right on camera, but he moves a little bit and then it cuts him back and then he moves a little bit again. They just keep using the same they don't even have enough footage to like show Ice Cube have a full like reaction to something. Oh my god. Then when he's talking to he has like his on Facebook, he has he goes there and he can hear his wife. He's like, oh, take out the trash or whatever. AI. That voice is AI. 100% that voice is AI.
That woman is not credited.
Yeah, they're not. Wait, she's not credited in the.
Well, yeah, because it's AI. It is
AI. You can tell by the voice. It's 100% AI. Or when his data starts getting eaten and he's on a Facebook page and it just starts showing like a question mark. That's like. It's not even realistic to what would happen in real life. Like, I get it, the aliens attacked or whatever, but like, that's not even what would happen if something started eating your data.
Well, the thing is that in the movie they say that they're going after communications and military assets. They go after communications. He should have had no internet to do any of the things that he had to do in this movie, because this movie is 100% reliant on him being on the internet. Like it is so dumb. Like his setup is dumb, and he's not a likable character. He's spying on his family because he works at the NSA, and he's like hacking his family the entire time. But he's somehow
his daughter's fridge. He's just like his daughter opens the fridge, and he's just like in there already on the camera. He's like, "You got to eat more healthy or something like that.
You should eat more protein. Stop eating so much soy. You're a soy boy."
Yeah, what was that? That's something that actually was said.
It's so like it's just he's such an unlikable character, and they give him the dead AI wife, so you feel sort of bad for him, but then you feel less bad for him when you realize his wife wasn't really real.
She was just an AI the whole time.
She was just an AI the whole time. That's why she's dead. She never existed. He just
Her
adopted.
data. She got eaten by the data.
Yeah. He just adopted his kids, so they're not even really his. He just adopted them,
Yeah.
and his wife was AI, and then the aliens ate his AI wife's Facebook account, and then she really died when the aliens ate her. When the aliens ate her Facebook, that's when she really died.
The aliens ate her data.
I guess he's gonna have to generate another Facebook AI wife.
Wife. Yeah, he's gonna have to. I am blacklisting anybody associated with this movie. We're not. I will never be talking. I will never be talking about this. Anybody that was where Ice Cube is banned. He's not. We're not talking about any more Ice Cube movies anymore. And whoever the heck those kids are, or the what was the leader of NASA?
They had Coulson from the Avengers. He was the bad guy.
Well, I'm never going to be watching any Marvel movies anymore then since that guy's in it. It's just so bad, man. I just feel so disrespected that like Amazon would make something like this and they're just like, yeah, this is what we want to do. Well, it's like with the homeless guy. There's a homeless guy that they're flying a drone and the homeless guy is near the drone because it flips over because they make a mistake. And they're like, find out who that guy is. And they get like the back of his head and they're like, oh, it's this guy. So they text him and he's like, turn the drone over. And he's like, no, I'm not doing it. And then they were like, oh, give him a $1,000. No, they give him $100 Amazon gift card. And then they send him the gift card and it's actually for $1,000, but they just don't correct that. That was just a mistake. They said 100, but he got 1,000. Amazon Prime, dude, it's just this movie is disgusting. I want to throw up talking about this movie.
And then like it turns out his son is part of whatever anonymous is in this world, and they're like really bad at being anonymous, and like he doesn't know his son. Like he's like the worst hacker in the world if he doesn't realize that he's been chasing his son for months and he never realized it was his son.
Trying to figure it out.
And
he's not good at his job
because he never did the voice to Scrambler the first time he heard the anonymous message years and years and years ago. No, he did it just today. And also what's super insulting is like the whole movie takes place, I guess, within 24 hours. So they go from nothing, they go from storms to the aliens landing to the
stock footage storms, by the way,
to the entire world mobilizing against the aliens, taking some of them out, to them taking over the data, and then apparently tanks don't work anymore once the data has been compromised.
Once the data's eaten, the things, they're gone.
Well, I mean, the F-22s and F-35s, that makes sense a little bit, I guess.
What data are they eating in a plane? That's like the plane doesn't work anymore.
Well, the thing is, I've heard that they want to sell these planes to other countries, like in real life, but some of the other countries don't necessarily want to buy them because basically we have like electronic fail safes on them. So if they turn against us, we can just like turn off the plane remotely. So I mean that holds up a little bit. Like if they do something to the data like that's controlling the plane, that the plane could lose control. I'm like, yeah, that could make sense, but the tanks, I don't know. I feel like tanks are not as digital as that, but maybe I'm wrong.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're right or wrong.
But it's weird. Like the aliens aren't invincible. Like conventional weapons hurt them just fine, I guess. It's just there's just too many of them.
The aliens also look terrible.
Yeah, they're just like nanites. They're giant nanites that just want to eat your SD disk drives and stuff.
Your SD card.
Your SD card and your HHD. Like, what is data? Like, how could data be something you eat? It's like, here, just feed it ones and zeros. And the thing is, they shouldn't even care if it's a virus because it's War of the Worlds. It has to be killed with a virus. That's like the thing with War of the Worlds. It's either an actual virus or computer virus. But you know what a virus is? It's just data. And why would a virus work on an alien creature
that he bought a USB stick on Amazon that has the virus in it? It's just embarrassing. It's embarrassing that Amazon Like, you think
The
Rings of
entire
Power is bad?
movie, the entire movie is a second screen experience.
The entire movie is just
Oh,
garbage, trash, an abomination to the art, abomination to humanity.
well,
It
that's
needs to
what
be burned.
that's why I say this. It's not even a movie. It's just 90 minutes of Ice Cube looking at a computer screen, and
Yeah.
you looking at Ice Cube look at a computer screen through his webcam. Like it is just there's like I said, there's only one shot in the entire film that's not from the perspective of a computer screen or some sort of webcam, security cam, cell phone cam, or drone cam,
And then for
and it's
some
the
reason
USB getting inserted.
the uh the NASA lady keeps calling him, just telling him, giving him updates. She's just in the streets, just walking through the streets. You got to be careful. It's getting dangerous out there. It's just I don't have anything else to say. Just don't watch this movie. Don't do it. It's so bad. I hated every moment of it, and I apologized to David when I watched it. I watched it, and then I apologized for like the damage I'm going to incur by having to make somebody watch this movie. I feel bad.
You should feel bad.
I do feel bad. This
Oh
was
well.
just so bad. I don't even, it just makes me mad, and I don't even know what to like do with this madness because I can't. What am I supposed to do? Like I don't know. I don't even. I just feel like something like this shouldn't exist. Like we're comparing it to like the 50s, where and now this is a perfect example of like when people say, "Oh, movies aren't that bad anymore." It's like, yeah, good movies do still come out. Dune Part 2 was good. Whatever. We've seen good movies in the past couple of years, but it's like there was a baseline where badness was. There was like you couldn't get terrible level. How does this exist compared to like 1953 War of the Worlds? There was like a baseline of badness back then where it was like it was still a movie people went to go see or whatever. This is just I don't even know like how does this happen?
COVID. I feel like this movie was shot. I think it was. I think it was shot during the pandemic, and it's
Still not
obvious
an excuse. Not an
because
excuse.
people aren't in the same scene. It's everyone's by themselves on a camera, basically, like on a separate camera. Like people aren't in scenes together
It probably
usually.
was filmed during COVID, but that's still not an excuse to me. That's something that this is what was produced. It just doesn't make sense to me
I
because it's
feel
not
like
because sure okay fine show a camera through. I'm not say I don't think it's impossible to have just like a video camera feed movie or whatever be a 0 out of 10. Like I'm sure there's a story you could build that anything can be a good story if you do it right. But this movie doesn't even have a story really. It's just aliens come and they want to eat data, and the data they eat doesn't make any sense. So who cares? Just let them do whatever. It's like they were just sitting in a boardroom saying like, "Oh, who cares? People will watch it anyway. This is just trash." It's like there's no way anybody worked on this movie and just was like, "Yeah, this is good. This is some good stuff, guys. You guys are really coming up with good ideas here."
yeah,
Ugh.
I don't see how anyone thought this was a good idea. I feel like they should have just kept it secret and just written it off as like a tax write up or something. Because
Why did it even come out now? Why now? COVID's been, we're done with the lockdown stuff for years now. Why are they like, oh, this is the perfect time to release this movie?
I don't know. I think they flipped a coin whether they're gonna put the movie out or do a write off, and it turned up heads for not writing it off and putting it out. Because I mean,
Embarrassing.
I don't understand why they shot this movie 5 years ago and just now put it out. It is bad. I
This
mean,
movie probably only took like an hour to edit too.
I don't know. There's a lot of like zoom ins and pans across the computer screen. Like they
Yeah, that's
probably.
super hard to just hit the button in Adobe.
I mean, it probably took a little bit longer than an hour to edit.
Okay.
Guessing.
They probably had AI do it, so it's probably less than an
Oh,
hour.
maybe.
They had
Could
the
be.
AI. They had the AI that was the wife's was the
The wife's
wife's
face.
AI in the movie. She's the one that edited the movie.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh man, AI, stock footage, terrible acting, terrible story, terrible VFX, terrible shots. There's just I can't think of anything redeeming about this movie, and I don't want to keep talking about it. This movie's bad. Just no.
Don't watch this. Okay, well, until next time.
Email David at synthaholics at yahoo.com. and specifically talk about the 1953 version, not the 2025 version, because that movie, we don't need to know any more about that. We've seen it. We're done. The actually, if you send anything in, just make sure it has a bunch of grammar mistakes, and then maybe we'll know that you work at Amazon, and then we'll bring you into the podcast and just make fun of you the whole time.
All right, sounds like a plan. Yeah, hopefully our next showdown is between two better movies or shows or something. We'll
I know
see.
what it
We'll
is.
see how it goes. Until next time, I've been David,
I'm Brian.
and we'll catch you on Synthaholics next time. See you guys.
Bye bye.